I'm going to sow some baby carrots, and I'm going to also put some marigolds around them for a bit of colour. And I'm planting them in quite a large container here. So this is actually, you'll see there where it can clip on. This is actually a horse watering container. So you just put your water in, the horse drinks out of it, and you just put that on the like the gate or whatever, or where they are. But these are just something that someone had that I picked up along the way. I've drilled lots of holes in the bottom, so I've started with that. Now I'm just going to put some horticultural grit in the bottom. There we go. Oh, get some of this dust down. Just going to spray my atomizer to keep the dust down. So, space that, spread that out on the bottom there. That's fine. Now I'm just going to add my planting mix. And this is some stuff I've ready mixed. It's a peat-free compost, and it's got some blood, fish and bone mixed in. So it's fertilised, but there's no manure, and it's not a rich mix. So with carrots, normally what you don't want is a very well enriched compost or a manured compost. However, it wouldn't matter too much with these ones because they're baby carrots, so forking's not, you know, where the root actually splits, goes off in different directions. That's not really an issue with baby carrots, but just keep good practice for this. So here's our planting mix. You can see it's quite deep, but I'm not too worried. Okay. It's looking good. That seems pretty good. Now, it's quite away from the top still, and I find this compost mix that I've got here is quite heavy, quite a heavy woody mix, which isn't great for roots. So what I then like to do is add some additional sieved multi-purpose. This is actually a peat-based one that someone gave me the remainder of theirs because I didn't have any seed compost. That's that there. I'm going to give that a quick water because this is dry. Obviously you can just use the multi-purpose, but I just find this is going to be better. I'll just firm down lightly here, so I've got a firm but non-compacted seeding surface, and that should do it there. Right, now I'm going to sow my carrots. Carrot seed's very fine, so I could mix this carrot seed with some sand, particularly if I was sowing directly into a plant bed. But as it's in a container, I'm not too worried. Particularly as I am deliberately going to be thinning this because I'm going to be harvesting baby carrots as I feel I want to. So all I've done is, here's the seed here. What I'm going to do is, I like to do one of two ways to sow. So either, just like seasoning a sauce, I just take a pinch and I find that works quite well for the edges. But then on the main bit, I just like to rub my hands together and let the seed naturally just scatter out, and it seems to be that way it spreads quite nicely. So I'm going to sow some marigold seed around the edge here, and this is old seed that I've got of a variety called Honeycomb. But actually the seed looks viable, so we'll give it a go. And all I'm going to do is just space it out. And I'm normally thinking about sort of 6 centimetres ish, anywhere from 4 to 6 centimetres, because I want them quite dense. And the idea of putting marigolds around is, one is that it's going to give something colourful, so it's not just a boring tub of carrots, but the other is that it helps deter carrot fly because of the scent that they give off. And French marigolds in particular are good at this. So that's the plan there. So I've done that. So I've sown all my carrot seed here, and I've sown it all in amongst this, a little bit in here, and then I've sown my marigolds around there. So the idea is the marigolds are your scent barrier to carrot fly, although I'm putting these maybe 5 foot off the ground, so there's very unlikely that carrot fly will get to them, because carrot fly usually stays below 2 feet. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to just top dress here, and not too much, because the marigolds don't like to be too deep. And the carrots like to be about 1.5 centimetres deep from the top of the soil level. So thinking probably, let's bend that out a little bit, that's something like that. And this is going to be great, because all I have to do then is come along and simply just pick over the marigolds when the flowers start to fade. Just deadhead them that way. And with my carrots, all I'm going to do is just pull the carrots out that I want and have them as little baby carrots. As I'm pulling out carrots, all I'll do then is just scratch a bit of the compost down to about 1 centimetre or 1.5 centimetres deep. Just sow a few in there and then just cover back up again. And that's everything there. The compost is nice and wet, so I don't need to water it. But what I will do is just give my mister on top here, just where I've been handling this compost, just to make sure it's not dried out. Then all I do is take you for a walk here. So I'm just going to stick it up on the edge there, and to stop it tilting really far forward I put a little piece of wood behind on the bottom, and here it is in its place on the side of the fence there. I'm going to decorate these with something, but I'll get round to it. I've labelled it with a unique label there. I've got a bunch of cocktail stirrers that I had from a very nice visit to the Bahamas, and so I've reused these. So I've got the carrots on one side, marigold on the other, just as a label, and then these are my anti-cat and anti-pigeons. Now I'm not planning on impaling them, it just stops the cats really. They love walking along this fence line, so it stops them sitting on there and leaving me any gifts, and just stops the wood pigeons above getting in there and just taking the seedlings. And you're thinking, well, what's he doing growing carrots and marigolds in the shade? Well, this gets a lot of sun in the morning. The sun's just come around now, so we're in the shade.